Hey y'all, this is TCA Gaming, and in this video I'm going to go over some of the stuff that happened to me at Worlds, as well as show you some of the product that I picked up, and then we're going to open up some of it at the very end. So I'm going to start off with like your promos. So like these right here, I was looking for pretty much the whole time. I was offering 450 to 500 bucks. At one point I was offering $600. I managed to pick up maybe 7 of these, but it was really all at the same place. And I even got one for free, so that was kind of cool. But I'm gonna show you the promos inside. It's If you're not familiar with like the most recent years, I don't know how long they've been doing it, but it's not 7 different languages plus like 2 little inserts anymore. It's 12 different languages. I couldn't even tell you what all the languages are. I think the 3 that are most expensive are the Chinese, Japanese, and the English. You can see them right here. And what's kind of cool is like this right here is embossed, so like that's raised above. You can see all of these right here are, but then you get to this one. Yeah, that's the Japanese version. It's not. It's like it's like stamp. It goes in to the surface of the card. There's the English one. This was the very first one that I bought. I bought this along with an entire like competitor's backpack. I paid a lot of money. I paid $2,300, which I didn't hear anyone paying anywhere close to that price. That was the very first one that I bought, and it was mainly because the guy had hooked me up with passes, spectator passes, and I paid like 300 bucks a piece for those apparently, which was a lot too. So um, that right there, that was probably the worst deal, that I made out of everything. But I was kind of happy to do it too because it helped me. It's going to help me remember who I bought it from. But I'm pretty much not going to sell that backpack. There's no way, because for the most part, if you had between $800 and $1,100, you could have bought like the entire competitor's backpack and the kit itself. In fact, my backpack didn't even include the playmat with it, so he kept the playmat. But I got good deals on a lot of other stuff, and so these right here, these are the little promos that you get with that. You also get like this code card, which apparently is worth a little bit of money too. Last I checked, these were under 800 bucks or so just for that little pack there. I think I'd base mine off of like 1,000 and then 1,000 for the backpack, and then we had like conversion, and it didn't work out very good. I only picked up 3 graded cards. I picked up these right here, which if you watched my previous video, you caught a glimpse of that. And these were at $350 a piece. The lowest sale I saw was around $300, and so I'd offer him $260 a piece, and he ended up taking that deal, which it was kind of bundled with a lot of other stuff. I spent a lot of money at the same table, which if you go to my IG, I think I tagged him in it. It might be in one of my reels somewhere too, but it was like the TCG 808 Marketplace, something like that, or Marketplace 808. They're actually based in Hawaii. I bought some stuff off of them the first day I was there, and then he flew in more product, which was really cool. So I'm going to show you guys some of the stuff that I did pick up. So when I was first there, I saw this, right? I saw this at one booth next. It was actually, I guess it would have been like 2 booths over from him. And, immediately, I was like, that's what I'm looking for. It's got this seal, right? See how it's got that around the sides and the edges? So that type of seal, if you guys are familiar with it, it's not the normal seal that you find, not even on the gold strips. This is almost like a reseal type thing. It may predate gold strip. I really don't know. But what I do know is anytime I've ever opened up a theme deck with that type seal, it's had Shadowless cards inside, but not many people know about that. Most people know about the gold strips as being the guarantee, even though we can't really know for sure that even the gold strips are guaranteed, because all it takes is one to open up without Shadowless cards inside, and then that's gone. It's never been something that's been confirmed from Pokemon, because they didn't coin the term Shadowless. That was Gary King Pokemon, right? Or he tried to get shadowed, and then PSA went with Shadowless, or it was something like that. That wasn't something that they did. It was just unlimited in first edition. And then the Shadowless part, that's something that we pursue as collectors. But they want 250 for the Zap deck. I'm like, even if it is, even if the seal is wrong, I'm going to just pick it up. I'm going to go for the Ghost Pikachus. So I bought it for $250. Normally I sell, a sealed Zap on eBay for like $300, $350, depending on, which version it is. I was with Danny Phantom at the time. We immediately went to the corner. I opened the thing up. It ended up being Shadowless, but I busted the seal. I wanted to see if it had the Ghost Pikas inside, and it didn't have the Ghost Pikas. So, that didn't work out, but it's still cool to do. Go to the next table. This is where I find, you know, most of my stuff for the 808 TCG marketplace. And like I said, they're based out of Hawaii, and they actually had several decks just lying all over the place, right? And these have spots inside for a reason. We'll go over that at the end. They even had like starter decks. They were asking more. They were doing like 350. The brush fire I think was like 250 or 200 or something like that. But we ended up coming to a deal. I ended up buying like 5 or 6 decks off of them for $1,300. And I opened up one of them. I actually opened up one of the brush fires looking for the no damage Ninetales. It didn't have it, but I did that with, I want to say, Rock Pokemon maybe. And he recorded that. But since it didn't have the no damage Ninetales, there was no reason to break the seal in the deck itself, because it's just Charmanders and Charmeleons in there. But that day wasn't over with, or that day was pretty much over with for me for buying. The next day, he, because I took down his information, he took down mine. He said he flew in stuff. So I guess he was on another island. He went there, got more of his stuff, then brought it back, and he had a bunch of decks this time. And so I ended up making a deal, picking up everything that he had. But a lot of them I got for cheaper because look at this. They had termite damage. They have termite damage. So we opened up, he opened up another deck. I opened up 2 decks myself. And the ones that we opened up were Shadowless. So I'm thinking that they're all Shadowless. I don't know for sure. And I don't know that termites haven't eaten into the cards inside. But we're going to open some of this stuff up just to check it out. I'm not going to open this starter deck because I really don't have a reason to do that. But crazy enough, I had more of the Zap deck than anything else. And that's the one with a lot of potential. I mean, so does the Brushfire has a lot of potential too. But you know, if you get 4 minty Ghost Pikas, that's probably going to outweigh that Ninetales. Because there's only going to be so many buyers for that Ninetales. It's going to have glue on the front. So really, just I want to open it up just for it to happen the first time ever on camera. Ghost Pikas has happened once before on camera. But so I don't open up the wrong ones here. So this is one with the strip. So I'm going to keep this sealed. I'm keeping the starter sealed. I wanted to open up this one because it was kind of crushed and I had to ship it back. This one was a little bit different. Had this on it because these don't actually have the termite damage. Those two. I think I want to open up one like this. It's got termite damage and it's from Long's. Long's Drug. I guess it's like a CVS in Hawaii, maybe in other places as well. Because they had Long's Drug and then they had Foodland, where we have Food Lion and CVS here. So I picked up one of those. I did one of these because it had like a different color sticker and it was a different price. And then I just did a standard one with no stickers. And these are all ones that have termite damage right here, these 3 Zap ones. And then I'm not going to open this one. I've already opened one of these, and I think they're going to hold good value as more people figure out this whole alternate seal type thing. It'd be kind of cool to, if there was somebody working at WotC who could tell us, you know, hey, this is actually a seal that predates the pull strip, because that was the only thing that makes sense to me. But it could just be a different facility. It could have just been them, you know, scrapping together a place trying to find a way to seal the stuff. I really don't know, but it almost looks like a reseal, but it's not. All right, so I'm going to start with the Zap decks, and then I'm going to go into the Brushfire decks. Let's just see what happens. Because the Zap decks, we got to open all the way. Well, actually, maybe I'll alternate. I'll do 1 Zap, 1 Brushfire, and so forth. I'm hoping that they're all Shadowless. That's the main thing, because I got a pretty good deal, even if they're not. Because I bought like, there's like at least 30 Zap decks. And look at all that crud falling out. Now, after I bought these, I tried to get PSA to say that they would do the stain qualifier or quantifier. I think qualifier for the grade on the hollow on the front, but we couldn't get that approved before Monday because I was going to submit them right there. I was like, man, this is as legit as you're going to get. We're going to be able to open these up in person. You get to see the seal. You get to see, you know, that every single one of the Shadowless decks has this issue. Trying to keep the cardboard intact. There we go. Although I guess it doesn't matter really. I mean, even without seeing the card, you know that this is going to be Shadowless because of that seal. See how that's going to go around the front? That always happens on the Shadowless. So there you go. So you've got Mewtwo. It does not look like the termites got inside of it, but man, look. Oh wait, there's crud on the inside, so that'd be like added juice for it. But the Pikachu should be down in here. It doesn't look like they went in and ate the cards or anything, so that's good. I think in the video I did, man, I was trying to open up one of these with like my mouth. Not this part, but the outside of the box. Because those heat wraps are so tight. So look at that. That glue just wrecks the card. But yeah, that comes right off. The glue makes it sticky. Stain grade. Without that though, I mean, you're looking at a really nice looking card. Could have gotten a 9 easily. But there it is. There's the Mewtwo. Typically that's what you'd be looking for, like the main hollow in a card or in a deck. But with these, it's never in the hollow because they're always going to be damaged like that. Ooh, it skipped right to the Pikachu, which this one's not going to be Ghost Pikas. See how tight they're stuck together. There should be 4 Pikas. And what I'm looking for, which is not on them, it's not on these. What I'm looking for is a partial first edition stamp off to the side. But man, look at the centering. That's really good centering, really good color. I'm going to grade these. Who knows? Maybe these will get a nice 10 grade on them. I'm going to grade several Pikachus. That'll help make up for some of the value that you lose from opening these decks up. But it'd be hard to sell something like this sealed, especially it's like you see the holes on the front. You know there's going to be junk inside of it. You're looking at issues with termites, right? with cardboard. But now let's open up a brush fire deck. Since all this is coming from the same place, I probably have no chance at pulling the Ghost Pikachus or the brush fire or the no damage Ninetales, but we're going to go for it anyways. That's why I selected different types of ones just in case they're from different parts of the island. You can see how this one's got a pull tab on it. And also, just another indicator that these are probably Shadowless, that deck is on the top half. It's not on the bottom half. I think all the Shadowless decks have decks on the top half. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be Shadowless. It's just an indicator. Like you want to be able to see the damage counters here on the back side. And I think this card can be in front of or behind. And I'm referring to that Charmeleon. There's some of these on the back that have that Charmeleon in front of the energies. So like right here, the energies are in front of that. But it makes more sense that the card would be pushed behind it because that looks dumb, right? A later version, they might fix it and pull it forward. Look at that, termites getting in there. Ah, already revealed it. So this is not the no damage Ninetales. You can see it's got the 80 right there. Just because I want you guys to kind of see what's in here. Like you don't have Pikachus that you can grade. There are Charmander and Charmeleon, which actually do pretty good for money. If you get the 10. If you don't get the 10, they're pretty cheap. But I'm going to show you that the glue will also be on this Ninetales, even like because there's no termite damage with this. But I'm going to just show it to you. Look, different colors of cards. Oh, it's already busted. Which, again, that's fairly common too. Sorry if I'm blowing into the mic. I'm just trying to get this stuff off of here. You can see where it's got like that glue residue right on the surface. Right through there. But this is much better than the Mewtwo. These cards actually look really nice. Man. I hope that PSA will do a stain qualifier. I don't know if CGC will. I've only seen it done in some of the earliest ones from PSA. I know SM Pratt, Scott, he was able to get it done one time. Be cool if you could remove that sticky surface, but don't think you can. But we'll go through the deck. Let me see if I can loosen the cards up a little bit. All right, so you get Weedles. And there's more than one, like that's 3 Weedles, right? That's 4 Weedles. You got Tangela, Nidoran, Then you get your Charmeleons. I think there's 2 or 3. How many Growlithe you get? Growlithe is a decent one to have graded. Because these are all Shadowless cards, and even though they're sticking, like Arcanine, I want to say that's a couple $100 in a 10. You get 1 Arcanine, 2 Growlithe. Looks like 2 of the Charmeleon. Oh, I thought you got 4 Charmander, but with only 2 Charmeleons. Nope, you do. You get 4 Charmanders. You know, all the cards are going to be nice and minty. And then there's usually about half the deck is energy. Back then, decks were super energy heavy. Even though they had some of the best trainers in the game, it still wasn't as fast as what it is now. I want to say one of these has a Pokemon breeder. We saw Lass. But not too bad. So for the next Brushfire deck that we open up, if it doesn't have the no damage Ninetales, I'll probably just keep it sealed. I may not. I'm not too set on that. It'd be kind of cool to submit all these cards and just see what they get because they're in really good shape. All right, let's open up another Zap deck with Termite damage. Gotta get past that. We'll pull tab. All right, so this one is a regular $12.99 one. We're going to do the Long's Drug one last. Again, you can tell it's Shadowless. See, look how much, it's like dust on it. Use as much of that off as I can. I mean, they got up in there. Doesn't look like they caused a crazy amount of damage. Just like they ate the outer cardboard and then they got in and they're like, it's kind of hot in here. Maybe we should get out. All right, so here's Mewtwo. We're going to open this one up. See if I can just pop it. Maybe not. Maybe that's only Ninetales. Mewtwo looking nice and wrecked again. See it? Like that. It just pulls off right there. I'm not going to do too much wiping on it. I'd rather be very careful not to scrape anything. Alright, let's see if we can make our way down to the Pikas. So there's 1 Kadabra, 2 Jinx, Haunter, a couple Ghastlies. Oh, alright. So again, no Ghost Pika. One of these days I'm going to hit it. Magnemites. I can't remember what the other trainers were. Oh, nice. I got a rare there with the computer search. Might be worth it to grade these trainers too. I've graded so many energies and trainers and they sell really slow, but they do pay off, especially if they're in good condition. And these look like they're really nice. So these just might all get submitted. All right, we still have 1 Zap and 1 Brushfire left that I want to do. So we'll go ahead and do the Brushfire next, and then the Long's Zap deck. That'll be the final one. I'm not expecting anything, but man, it'd be cool if we could get it. This one shouldn't have, I don't think this one has any of that termite damage. Yeah, we're hitting, so far we are 4 for 4 on pulling Shadowless decks, and none of these have that little extra strip around the side. So I'm feeling more and more confident about the other ones that I have. I'm going to open this one up anyways. I'm going to do like a pack reveal. Watch this one be the Ninetales because I opened it. Put it at the very end. Alright, we got the Weedles, little print dot there, the Nidorans, the Charmanders, and a regular Ninetales. So we did not pull the no damage Ninetales from our 2 Brushfire Shadowless decks. See if we can get, this will be the last chance at the Ghost Pika. This one's pretty rough. They were extra hungry on this one. Might have to grade some coins. There it is. You can see the Mewtwo. Just wipe off this extra on the outside. This one's busted. Mewtwo, you can definitely see it, but it doesn't look as bad right off the rip anyways. Just got a nice color down the middle. Set that one off. All right, here we go. So there's Pikachu. Man, if it'd been, it would have just dropped them. But no, not on this one either. 4 more Shadowless Pikas, just the regular version. Well, that's probably enough for me to know that these don't have the Pikas that I want. But it'll probably tempt me over the years, and we'll open up more in time. Plus, if we can get the stain grade, then it might be worth, just go ahead and send these off. Stop it from having more damage done to them. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you don't like Shadowless, or you don't like errors, I'm sure that was quite boring. But I had fun with it. Like I said, I got plenty of those decks, and I'll probably be selling some of them in time. If you want any of the ones that don't have the issues with the termites or whatever, just let me know. I may have a set of all of the heat seal ones, because there were not many blackout, there were not many brush fire, and there were not many overgrowth, but there were some, and like there was the most of the zap. So if you're interested in any of those, let me know. And I definitely have several of these, which I think all these are just Shadowless. I'll tell you what, before I end the video, we'll just open one of these. In fact, I'm going to open one that doesn't have like this side seal. Yeah, we'll go with that one. That's just like a regular seal. Which again, I think, yeah, these has the top half. I don't know how well that translates with base set 2 starters. A lot of people think that because it has that Machamp in the middle that it automatically means it's Shadowless. That's not always the case. Just because that Machamp is Shadowless doesn't indicate that you're going to have Shadowless cards inside. I think it has something to do with, like, I think there's something that you can listen to with the counters. Let's see if we can actually use the pull strip. Where's it at? On the side? Yeah, it's on the side. See if I can get it. Alright, there we go. See, that's what you're supposed to do. Get that little pull strip. Makes it super easy. This one does look like it had a little bit of a termite damage, so I'm glad I picked this one. Oh yeah, those are going to be Shadowless cards right there. See the rest of the stuff inside. Oh yeah. That's about OC. Look at that. Look how big or fat the bottom side is. Yeah, I can't remember what cards we have in here, so let's see what cards are inside. This is the kind of wrapper I wish they had used on the decks. Ooh, we got a Dratini, Rattata. Nobody really cares about the Machop and the Machokes. Let's see if there's anything on this side. I think we'll open up one more just to see if the centering is the same. Got more Charmeleons. Nice. Those look pretty saturated too. Look at those Charmanders. Ponyta. Got some fire energies. Let's open up one more deck. One more starter deck. Yeah, we'll do this one. Looks like it might have a little bit too. Yeah, decks on the second. Everything looks the same. Well, let's do this. What's cool about these Machamps, they hold pretty decent value. I mean, if they're not well centered, I mean, you're not going to get the 10, of course. I about wish it was off center enough to where I could get the 9OC. I think that's like borderline. But it's going to be it should be in really good shape. Ooh, it's centered different front to back. On the back side, that's actually pretty good. But that front, that's off. Really, we're just going to pull out, well, we'll pull out all the cards. But if you're wondering why I'm not looking for the Diglett Air, it's because those are only on Shadowed. Oh yeah, that Machamp's much better. Oh, that's a good looking one. Back centering is a little off, but not too bad. Both of them have the front flap. Both are thin stamp. Yeah, these are both thin stamp. But it's kind of cool seeing first edition hollows, you know. It's the only first edition hollow that you could get that was sealed, right? It's the Machamp. It's the only one. It's also the only one you couldn't get from a theme deck or from a booster pack. I don't know where I was going with that. All right, guys. I think that's going to be it. As always, I had fun opening this stuff up. Hope you guys didn't get too bored by it, but I love seeing these old decks opened up. And you know, we just went 7 for 7 on Shadowless, and while we were there, I think we were 3 for 3. So I'm fairly confident that all of them are going to be Shadowless decks. A lot of them have that termite damage, but the cards seem to be okay. A little bit of dust on them, but it does not look like they had any taste for Pokemon cards. Yeah, I think that's it. I think there was something else that I wanted to do, but I can't think of it. So feel free to reach out to me if you're interested in any of these. But I don't know. I might save them for myself to open up. Catch you guys around.